What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here. Today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title of the this is going to be the SH Figuarts Ultraman Blazar Firdran armor version. So with that being said, nothing more to it. I'm gonna get right on into it. And the last, we do have our box here, and just a quick little information guide on this one. So as you can see there, it says Tamashii Nations 2024. This was pretty much an exclusive release that Tamashii Nations did back in 2024, the fourth quarter-ish. They had an RSVP thing where you had to sign up to be able to buy it, or you had to sign up to be able to have the opportunity to then buy it. It was something kind of weird. So definitely, it was not a standard release for whatever reason, which I am totally against. I really don't like it when they make a main, main show stuff in these weird exclusive ways to get them. But this was the only way you can get the figure besides buying secondhand like me, because I don't live in Japan. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the box set as it is. So let's continue going. Like I said, I did buy this secondhand, so it's pretty much open, inspected, everything should be good to go in there. There's your instruction manual for it, but pretty cool nonetheless. Just the main gripe with the style of release that they did for this one, I'm just not a fan of it. It wasn't just Ultraman, they did it for a bunch of other Toku ones. They did it for Godzilla -1, the Atomic Breath or Heat Ray version. They did it for Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, I believe, as well. So, and I think maybe even something else. I don't remember off the top of my head. But here it is in all of its glory. Here it is, Ultraman Blazar with the Firdran armor. Just look at that, very cool. It's a very outstanding little piece that they put on the shoulder there. It's got a lot of color, so let's go ahead and just get the color stuff out of the way. So, in terms of coloration, we have the Firdran armor, which is a very nice kind of sharp orange. Well, not bright orange, but it's a sharp orange, I would say. Definitely what you'd imagine a fire effect would be. It goes all the way to the back side, and as you can see, the fist there. And then you have the standard Blazar design on the left-hand side of the body. And then even the color timer piece does look a little bit more glossier to me. I don't know, maybe I'm incorrect on that, but yeah, I mean, that's really the only real addition. I do have the base figure, so we'll definitely do a comparison, but just off of this, I really do like it. I really do like the Firdran armor effect. So before we dive too heavy into the figure, let's go ahead and get most of the accessories out of the way. So this is the, if I recall correctly, the Tilsonite Fado Lancer. I believe that is the correct term for the Tilsonite sword with the Firdran attached. I believe it's called the Fado Lancer, which is a very fun, unique name. Very cool. It's kind of like a double-edged sword with the flame effect and obviously the metallic effect. So very cool. Fado Lancer, love it. Next up is the optional color timer, just for the red, and then the different hand effects. I'm going to try not to make them fly everywhere, but you can see a bunch of different hand effects, like a grab, a pointing, an open, more of a closed, just a general resting, and then just a straight flat across the hand there. So cool stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put the accessories down just so they don't go everywhere, and let's go ahead and get on towards the articulation portion of the Blazar figure. So it should have more or less the same articulation of the standard release. I can't imagine that it would be insanely different. You can pull up the head too, and then push it back down if you like. But I can't imagine it to be too insanely different. Let's go ahead and move on to the Firdran armor effect piece. It can come all the way around. It can come up pretty well, honestly, especially considering that, it's an effect piece there, and then elbow joint, just as is, and then you do have rotation along the fist, and you can't really push back to there. So, it comes around, goes up, comes down. You can try to make it go forward like that, kind of like a grasp pose effect, which is very cool. And then moving on towards the body, you can have a little bit of a crunch within there, and then down here, up and around, up and around. It's going to be all mangled, so don't worry about that. Legs here can come out, back, I mean, technically you can almost, no, you can do a full 360 there, which is very nice. And then to the knees, pushing forward, nothing more than that. The knees there, very cool. And then obviously you have the foot joint, which can kind of swivel into different positions. You can do that. So not too, you can't go too forward. And then you do have the small little toe joint, which is always fun. And yeah, I mean, that really should cover most of the articulation with the figure here. Like I said, it's nothing too different than the base figure. Like I said, there's not too much of a like suit difference. It's mainly just the shoulder effect piece, which looks very cool nonetheless. So let's go ahead and put on some accessories, some different hand effects, and see the figure in a cooler light. Here we go. All right, so it was about to fall there. So just got a cool little pose, nothing too crazy, just kind of like a stop. But we do have the sword attached, which is very cool, the Fata Lancer there. So what I was reading on the instructions is that, I'm gonna move this forward a little bit, what I was reading on the instructions is that they were kind of saying, hey, be careful for these little armor effect, because it is rather sharp and it is delicate, so you don't want to really put too much pressure, as you can hear from the sound of it. It's probably pretty thin, so if you put a lot of pressure on it and then just boom, it'll probably just snap off. So yep, that's probably the only real thing to worry about on that end. But it's very cool. I do like it. It's just such a shame that it didn't get a general release, but hopefully it's not too crazy aftermarket now. I bought this a while ago and I just have not made a review on it. But it's still very cool nonetheless, that you can have a bunch of different poses with that. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get maybe one or two different kind of poses in, and then we'll conclude with a comparison and then the full conclusion. Here we go. All right, here we have a different pose, kind of shooting off the Fata Lancer. I forgot what the move exactly was called. Pulled on the Tilsonite 3 times and then shot it like a bow and arrow. Very cool, but wanted to give that a cool little replication. Very fun. It'd be cool if we had like an actual like string effect, but that'd probably be a little too crazy, like a flame effect. But as you can see, a little awkward in terms of the shoulder piece. And you know, I think in terms of like actual like filmmaking, I think there was an interview where the director had said that like it was kind of a pain to deal with, this little shoulder piece, hence why it wasn't seen so much in filming. I don't know. Very cool though. I really do like the design. It's a shame that it was a little unorthodox, I guess, that the effect piece was just hindering it a little bit. But I think the design is still very cool nonetheless. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get one more cool pose. But before we actually do that, I did want to show off changing the color timer, because it is a little bit different compared to the original. So what you want to do is you want to take off this little flame effect like that, right? And then it's kind of just like standard. You can just take off the color timer. We can put on the red one. Simple as that, the red one. And then from here, you want to have the large flame effect on the right side of the body. So like I was saying, the right side, there's 3 little prongs. You just align them and then you just push it in. There's not really too much of a click, but from there it'll stay in. So yeah, just wanted to show that real quick, just in case anyone was having any trouble with that. So let's go ahead and get, let's go ahead and get one more cool little display in, and we'll move on to the comparison. Here we go. All right, and so I kind of went with this one here, more of another kind of like battle pose, a little bit more leaning into it, with the Tilsonite Fata Lancer. And so yeah, I mean, very fun. Definitely, you can get some very cool photography in it, with the different amount of accessories in terms of the swords, the different hand placements, the color timer, stuff like that, and just an unlimited, finite, right, range of articulation you can do. But very fun. I definitely, as if I haven't said it enough, I really do like this design of, excuse me, the Firdran armor. So definitely love it. So cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch over to our comparisons real quick. It's not going to be too crazy. They're going to be the same height, obviously, but just have them in two different dynamic poses I wanted to showcase. So we have the original release of the SH Figuarts Ultraman Blazar, and then the Firdran armor version. And I don't know if it's just the light reflection. This one kind of does seem a little bit darker in terms of the metallic paint that it kind of went with. You know, honestly, I think it's really just the light. I can't imagine that there's too much of a paint difference. I'd be quite surprised because I was like going through the whole video saying, oh yeah, why would there be a difference? But you know, maybe, you know, I don't know. I really can't tell that well off the top. But just to give a quick comparison, without the armor, there's a shoulder piece, and man, this one had it in such a unique pose, and so now it's going to give me a little bit of trouble wanting to fall over and such. But very, very cool. Oh, now this one wants to fall. Oh my goodness. To be fair, that figure has been through so much. I've posed it so much just with some figure photography, this Blazar on my right. So can't give it too much of a hard time. But yeah, that's really about it. If you want another comparison, we'll go ahead and put Blazar down there. We're going to go right on into the Earth Garon upgrade kit. So it's we're going straight into that after this video. So feel free to stick around. Or not, well, not after this video, but feel free to stick around in the next video, which we will be covering the, man, everyone is just loosey-goosey today. Stick around if you want to see the Earth Garon upgrade kit. I think it's 234. That is the upgrade kit. You know what, let's just leave it there because that looks nice. So yeah, I have the box right here, which we will be getting into on the next video. So with that, let me know what you guys thought of the SH Figuarts Ultraman Blazar Firdran armor version. Like it, don't like it, no reason to get it, no reason to get it. It's up to you. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. But I really like it. I only am really going to get these two. There's no other really more figures that I should get unless I make some of the kaiju down the line. But hey. I like it. I do like the design of the Firdran armor. You know, it's nothing insane. It's really just the kind of like shoulder piece effect. But you do get the Fatal Lancer, which is nice. I guess the one thing I would have liked in terms of accessories or maybe some flame effects, I'm really just waiting for them to make the Tilsonite sword with the like lightning effect, with it's all bright and green and not this like just base color. I'd really like to see that one day. Who knows? And yeah, gotta say I do enjoy it. That's why I picked it up. So very glad that I did. It'll look fun next to the other Blazar and the Earth Garon with its upgrade kit. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up for now. Once again, let me know what you guys thought, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!